I saw a man proudly admitting to arson in court, and he was so badass about it that he walked free. I'm serving jury duty for what seemed like an open and shut arson case. This old mechanic burned down his auto shop, insurance fraud written all over it. Walking into that courthouse, I figured we'd be done by lunch. The prosecution painted a clear picture. Frank Martinez, a weathered man in his 60s with oil-stained hands, sat quietly at the defendant's table. His business had been failing for months, drowning in debt. The timing was suspicious. A fresh $1 million insurance policy just 3 months before the flames consumed his shop. Witness after witness built the prosecutor's case. The security guard testified he'd seen Martinez's silhouette inside the shop past midnight. The gas station attendant remembered him filling multiple containers that evening. Security footage showed his pickup truck leaving around 2 a.m., hours before neighbors called 911 about the orange glow. Fire investigators presented damning findings. They'd found accelerant patterns throughout the building, splashed in deliberate lines. The insurance investigator detailed how Martinez had been calling repeatedly, asking specific questions about fire damage coverage and payout timelines. Even his employees turned against him. They spoke about his financial stress, how he'd been snapping at customers, making cryptic comments about needing to start fresh, about burning bridges to move forward. His defense attorney seemed to phone it in. Barely any cross-examination, no expert witnesses, no alternative theories. I was already composing the guilty verdict in my mind. Then Martinez took the stand. The prosecutor asked confidently, "Did you set the fire that destroyed your auto shop?" Without hesitation, Martinez looked straight at our jury and said, "Yes, I burned down my shop." The courtroom went dead silent. Even his lawyer's jaw dropped. I thought we'd witnessed the fastest confession in legal history. But then Martinez continued, and everything changed. 3 days before that fire, I discovered my business partner of 15 years had been embezzling for 2 years. He'd stolen nearly everything, left us bankrupt, then disappeared. When I found out, I had 2 choices: file bankruptcy and lose everything anyway, or do what I did. His attorney suddenly snapped to attention. "What exactly did you do, Mr. Martinez?" "I documented every piece of evidence. Bank records, forged signatures, fake accounts. I called my insurance company's fraud hotline and reported him. They told me to secure all records and wait for investigators, but that night my partner broke in to destroy the evidence. I caught him with a gas can, trying to burn the place down himself." The courtroom erupted. The prosecutor objected frantically. I wrestled the gas can away, but it spilled everywhere. He ran off, but I knew he'd be back to frame me for insurance fraud. So I made the hardest choice. I'd rather burn it down myself with evidence safely copied elsewhere than let him destroy everything and pin it on me. The defense attorney produced boxes of financial records, recordings of the fraud hotline call, and security footage showing the partner's break-in that the prosecution had missed. I called the fire department myself after lighting that match. I wanted thorough investigation. I'd rather face arson charges than let that thief destroy my reputation and frame me for his crimes. The prosecutor's face went white as their case collapsed. This wasn't insurance fraud. Martinez was preventing it while preserving evidence of embezzlement. Within 30 minutes, all charges were dropped. The real criminal was the missing partner, now wanted for theft and attempted evidence destruction. Martinez walked out with his head high, settlement intact, integrity unquestionable. Sometimes justice wears the strangest disguises.